the expectations that you would have for your own child. So I expect everybody to go to college because you cannot live in the United States with just a high school education. And people say, well, everybody's not college material, but I don't think there are very many people who tell their own kids they're not college material. And everybody may not need a 4-year degree, but I want my kids to have a 4-year degree because I want them to make a living. I don't want them to have to move back home, and I want them to be able to take care of themselves. And with the students here at the school, my girls, I want them to not only be able to make a living, I want them to be able to make enough money so they can come back and buy me some ice cream. So I really think that more schools like ours need to exist.
And
the biggest issue for children and teen mothers is low birth weight, which causes central nervous system disorders. So we know that that's the case for the children and teen mothers. We also know that children and teen mothers enter school having heard 60 million fewer words than children from older, more affluent parents. Probably income is a better predictor of language than age, but there's also some age issues that go with that. We know that 90% of all girls who drop out of high school do so as a result of pregnancy and parenting. So for every kid that we keep in school, that's a kid who probably would have graduated, probably would have dropped out. Since for the last 9 years, every girl who's graduated from here has been accepted to a 2 or 4-year college when she graduates and has financial aid in place. We don't know if they get to school or finish school, but nationally only about 50% of all students in the country who enter college graduate. Yeah. So my goal is to know that is for girls to have this to be accepted, to have financial aid, and to know that that is a part of their future. Now, if they go at 18, I'm really happy, but if they go at 22, I'm still happy. If they go at 30, I'm not as happy, but I'm happy because they still know that that's the goal.
Is child development a normal part of the curriculum, like for the girls learning appropriate discipline, how a kid develops, what is normal to expect of a child at a certain age, and what is inappropriate to expect, that kind of stuff?
You can know it, but you know if the girl next to you's baby is walking one day before yours, you're worried. So as are my friends who have PhDs and know better, but it's like, Teresa's grandbaby is walking now and my baby's still not. So parents get kind of competitive. We have what we call mom and baby meetings, and those meetings happen once a week, and the girls meet with their children and their children's teacher so that they are learning what is appropriate for their child's age at that time. Otherwise, you would have if you did it just as a classroom, then you'd have kids whose children range from 0 to 2 or 3, and I don't really care what's happening at 2 years old if my baby is 2 weeks old. So they meet in those individual classrooms, and as their kids progress through classrooms, they meet with the same age group parents.
Well, you know, we're always taught that, you know, education begins in the home. And going back to that issue about Secretary Duncan, I think one of the things is, when I heard his speech, I was thinking, well, maybe we should have the kids grade the parents to see how actively they're communicating with their parents about what they're learning. And so, do you encourage feedback with the kids to talk about what they've learned and what they're learning about being responsible in terms of caring for their kids?
No. But I think it's just not a part of what we do. And in high school, can you remember your parents saying, what'd you learn today? And you said nothing. I mean, you know, it's just, you have to really teach them different kind of communication skills to get high school students to tell their parents what they learned about anything. Now, if a teacher made them mad, or if a teacher hurt their feelings, or if a teacher really made them feel great, you might get those high points. But adolescence isn't a real communicative time between adults and especially parents. And now, what I would like to hear more of is, I'd like to hear more conversation among girls about what their children are learning, because the children aren't able to talk to them about it. So what I do hear...
Sorry.
The thing from what I do is...
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
a lot. He hates my phone.
That's why
My
it's
phone
hard
is
to shut.
extremely loud.
It is loud.
I turned it up because I never hear it. I never hear it, so
We're going to bring you in a little bit here.
so I turned it up and hold
You
on.
were in the car.
It'll be up in just a second.
Yeah, and that's kind of going the line where I wanted to do it in terms of if you had a message to, whether it's to Duncan or people watching this show, what are some of the guidelines or things, encouragement to?
See, I think that one of the exciting things about keeping kids till 5th grade is that I will have known all their parents, so that the kind of conversations we have with the parents are different because I'm their principal, I'm their kid's principal, and I'm their principal. So I can call a parent in and say, you know, I'm really worried about this kid's vocabulary. How much time are you reading with them every night? Okay, then we need to step that up, and I think I want you to start bringing me a journal. So I need you to keep a journal. I can have some different kind of expectations of the mothers because they're already like my kids. So it's sort of like the grandma saying, okay, you got to do this with your children, and it's not the same kind of fight. And we can offer supplemental materials because we know where mom was when she left. So we can say, okay, here we're having a book club, and here's this month our book club is about parenting. Next month our book club is about relationships. But it's a more familiar, a more comfortable environment. What I hear from girls coming back is, oh my goodness, when I took my baby out of school here and put them in the other daycare, they were so much smarter than the kids who were there. So they appreciate the quality of instruction that their children get. So if we can keep them straight through, then we can also help them learn how they contribute to that. Right now, I'm not sure that we teach them how they need to, what they need to do. We talk about smart moms, smart babies, but it's not as comprehensive as I think it could be. But then you got the Michigan Merit Exam to get ready for. So you only have so many hours that you can devote to non-academics and the arts. So some of the parent stuff is not as focused. And until we can figure out how to put that time into the day, we'll only do a better than average but not exceptional job.